Who will remember you 10 years after you die? What will they remember about you? I define legacy as continuing to impact and inspire the world after one's death. This talk is for you if deep down you feel you know you're capable of doing great things, or even if sometimes you feel you're missing something in life or that you're stuck. I'll briefly be covering the 5 pillars of legacy development, which are identity, mission, community, action, and evolution. But first, I want to introduce someone to you. I'm reaching into a very nice box and I lift out a real human skull. I refer to them as Mildred. Mildred came from a medical school. Mildred has inspired countless medical students as well as myself, as I'm a human bone sculptor. So Mildred models for me as I meticulously reproduce their beautiful features. Once the sculptures are finished, I create molds and make castings out of various materials. At this point, I articulate my castings into functional home decor, such as bone lamps, skull chandeliers, food-safe skull bowls for eating and drinking out of, and many, many more things. I call this art series Catacomb Culture, and you could find it at catacombculture.com. Once you start making and selling human bone decor, you start meeting some very interesting and inspiring people. Between my over 1,000 collectors and tens of thousands of supporters, I've noticed my Catacomb culture community shares a common attitude which can be summed up in the words memento mori. Now that's Latin and translates into remember that you will die. You can allow this to depress you, or you can decide to let this motivate you. Let's label this depressed feeling as death anxiety, which I define as the feeling of lingering dread of the process of dying at any moment, resulting in apprehension in daily actions. See, memento mori is true liberation, as it minimizes pre-existing anxieties and allows us to focus only on the good stuff, which is to create a desired future through our actions of today, of right now. We as a species are living longer than ever, but yet we have more death anxiety now than ever before. Let me put this in perspective with national life expectancies. So today here in the United States, it's 80 years old. In Spain, it's 83, and in India, it's 70. Whew. Now let's rewind time. Back in the year 1880, here in the United States, the life expectancy was 40 years old. How old are you right now? Oof. And in Spain, it was 30. And in India, I don't even want to tell you, but I'll tell you. 25 years old. Oh. Even if you're living on, quote, borrowed time, you still have plenty of time to pursue your goals and develop a legacy. Death anxiety is an excuse for self-imposed limitations. We've been conditioned. Death, pain, and loss are the most powerful motivators. And unfortunately, marketers and advertisers know this. But that's a whole other thing. As I mentioned, there are 5 pillars to legacy development: identity, mission, community, action, evolution. Pillar number 1, identity. This is knowing who you are, your strengths and weaknesses, your joys and pains. It's self-awareness. The number 1 deathbed regret is, I wish I was more true to myself. That is devastating. Who are you? Deep down, not what your friends and family say you are, not what your teachers tell you you are. Who are you? Only you know the real you. Some of us are living a life on default, not by design, not factoring in their dreams or goals. But I believe you have infinite creativity and the potential for greatness. I believe in you. Journaling personal observations nightly or weekly or as much as possible is extremely helpful in this discovering process. While doing so, you may want to focus on enjoyable activities, accomplishments, personal and communal issues, brainstorm solutions for those issues, and long-term goals. Sometimes you might find yourself writing the same thing down. That's fine. You're just collecting the subconscious data. See, creativity is beautiful as it is infinite, and you can create your own identity. Pillar number 2, mission. Choose an issue that is in alignment with your identity and research it extensively. While researching, understand the circumstances and context of the issue, relationships of the variables, ramifications of alternative actions, influencers, and mentors around the topic. You may want to consolidate your findings into an essay or white paper for future reference. Pillar number 3, community. This is finding your tribe of like-minded individuals. Ask yourself, where are they online and in person? This is the most important of all the pillars. See, big important missions are difficult to accomplish alone. Communities allow us to recruit or join dream teams, as well as grow and accomplish together. Established communities have set goals, policies, and managers. They have accountability, encourage teamwork amongst the members, and respect and support one another. Pillar number 4, action. I expect everyone's action steps to be different, but the virtue of altruism is essential. I define altruism as the unselfish concern for the welfare of others. It's important to ask yourself, who needs help? What do they need? And how do you expect them to change? Remember to set stern personal boundaries as to avoid compassion fatigue. Pillar number 5, evolution. This is taking everything you've learned and updating and optimizing for future actions. This pillar is about growth and bringing awareness to the public. Answer both, who is interested in your news and why should the general public care? These answers will help you for sure with public relations, fundraising, marketing, branding, and on and on. For new volunteers, offer a low barrier to entry and small actions for involvement. And those are the 5 pillars of legacy development: identity, mission, community, action, evolution. Legacy may take a lifetime to develop, but offers you the potential to live forever. Each legacy is a precious gift. It shapes the rest of your life, as well as those around you and even the world. See, when you give up on your dreams of a better world, you're simply waiting in fear of death. So create your identity, explore your mission, find and build your community, help and inspire those in need, take a stand, and make it known. So listen, Mildred and I, we ask you, what can you create that the world will not only remember, but thank you and love you for? Memento mori.